Hi beautiful, welcome to my channel. We have got to talk about the new Pat McGrath collection, the new Pat McGrath release that is happening on the 25th, which should be the day I'm posting this video. If you want to check out the collection on her website, I have the link down below for you. Now, don't purchase anything until you fully listen to everything I have to say in today's video, because I have some interesting thoughts, some interesting facts about this collection to share with you, and I cannot wait to get started. So give the video a thumbs up if you like it, and let's go ahead and go for it. This is a will I buy it video, so I'm going to scoot over this way because I want to be able to show you pictures and videos next to me. I don't have the collection with me. I'm just going to talk about what I've seen online so far, what I've learned, things that have been shared with me, and at the end of the video I'll let you know whether or not I'm going to buy anything from the collection to review for you. First things first, let me show you the promo video that Pat McGrath shared on her Instagram account to announce this collection. The collection is called the Sublime Blooms collection, and it consists of 2 eyeshadow quads. And you guys know, if you've watched my channel for a while, traditionally I love Pat McGrath eyeshadow quads, okay? There's 2 new quads that are part of this collection. There's also, I think, 3 new cream blush stick shades. I'm honestly not going to tell you much about those. It's not the main focus for me of this collection. And then she's re-promoting her Skin Essence as part of this collection, but that is a permanent item in her line. You can get that whenever. So in that video you see sneak peeks of the palettes, sneak peeks of what the blushes look like on different skin tones and whatnot. Now, the main thing I want to focus on is definitely the eyeshadow palettes. So let's start by the palette called Nirvana Nectar, which is this one right here next to me. A huge shout out, by the way, to Unsolicited Advice over on Instagram. His name is Wayne Bell. He helped me get these screenshots because Trendwood posted about this on their Instagram yesterday, and I planned to film this video today, and I was going to get my pictures from Trendwood the way I always do, and for some reason they deleted their post. Very fishy. I'm sure for some reason they were asked to take it down. So a huge thanks to Wayne Bell over on Instagram. If you guys like smoky eyes and sparkly shadows, definitely follow him. He was so nice, and he helped me get these pictures, and he also told me about some already existing shades that I want to share with you. Anyways, Nirvana Nectar is this palette that you see right here next to me. It looks like a lot of what Pat McGrath has done throughout the years. A burgundy brownish type eyeshadow that is a matte, and then 3 golden shades next to it. Not only does this look very familiar for Pat McGrath as far as the color story is concerned, but as it happens, at least 3 out of these shades are already existing shades in the Pat McGrath collection, and I have them, so I'm going to show you the swatches of them. I was told that Skinfinite Stardust was also an already existing shade, but I didn't find it, at least not in the palette that I pulled. Maybe it exists in another palette. I'm sure you guys will let me know in the comment section if that is the case. But the other 3 shades in the palette, the shades Midas Mystique, Coral Nectar, and Blooming Sienna, are already existing shades, and you can find all 3 of them in this holiday palette right here. This was not even a popular holiday palette to begin with. Wayne was telling me he thinks that because this palette didn't immediately sell out, maybe they're like reusing shades from these palettes and repackaging them, because the Valentine's Day eyeshadow quad, which I did not purchase, had 4 of these shades, and then this new quad has 3 of these shades, and they're different shades. Midas Mystique is this gold shade right here in the middle. Coral Nectar is the duochrome right here on this corner. And then the other shade we have is Blooming Sienna, which is this beautiful matte brown shade down here. So if you have this Jewel Temptations palette from Holiday, you already have 3 out of 4 shades from the new Nirvana Nectar eyeshadow palette. Take a look at them right here swatched. And then the one we're missing is Skinfinite Stardust, which is a lighter, more inner corner type shade. check out this other picture right here where you can see an eye look created with this palette. They used the shade Blooming Sienna, which is the matte color, on the crease of the eye. They used the shade Midas Mystique, which is the very vibrant gold shade, right in the center of the eyelid. Then towards the inner corner, the color Coral Nectar, and Skinfinite Stardust is the innermost corner shade and under brow highlighter. So it's kind of just like a very light champagne type color, which we probably already have a ton of those shades in majority of our collections, right? So this Nirvana Nectar eyeshadow quad is an absolute definite skip for me. I would not recommend you buy it, especially if you have the holiday palette. But even if you don't have the holiday palette, shades like these can be found in so many other Pat McGrath eyeshadow palettes that she's released throughout the years. Even if you don't have a big Pat McGrath collection, these shades are pretty common, just kind of across the board. So I just don't find anything interesting or exciting in the Nirvana Nectar palette, and so I would not recommend you pick that one up, right? Now let's move on to the more exciting release from this collection, in my opinion at least, which is the Opalescent Orchid eyeshadow quad. Take a look at the picture right here, as well as the eyeshadow swatches. First of all, I have a pretty large Pat McGrath collection, and she's been very stingy with the purples she's giving us throughout the years, and this eyeshadow quad has not one but two purples, none of which are existing shades. I believe every single one of the shades in this quad is a brand new shade for Pat. I do have some purples I want to show you from Pat, the two that she's given us so far, as well as a couple of aqua colors that look like the Aqua Aurora shade that she already has released in the past. By the way, let me just go ahead and name the shades in this one since I don't have them to swatch for you. The lightest shade is called Iridescent Icon, which looks kind of white on the pan, but it's kind of these white iridescent shades that turn a color, and that one turns a light purpley pink iridescent type shade. Then we have Lilac Luminary, which is the lilac purpley shimmer shade in the palette. Then we have the aqua color, it's called Aqua Aurora, and lastly the matte shade from the palette, which is called Rose Radiance. Here is an eyeshadow look where that eyeshadow quad was used, and in this instance, as you can see, they used the Rose Radiance shade kind of all around. By the way, I did a look kind of inspired by this palette today, but I didn't realize that the shimmer was supposed to be more green. So I did like purple, and then the inner corner is supposed to be more blue, but the palette is more aqua green than what I have on. And then I did a pink shade on the crease, again inspired by this eyeshadow quad. Anyways, this model has the shade Aqua Aurora right on the center of the eyelid. She's got the pink shade around on the crease, and then Lilac Luminary is in the outer corners of the upper lash line, and the Iridescent Icon shade, which is the very light shade, is in the innermost corner of her eyes. As I was saying before though, Pat McGrath has traditionally been very stingy with the purples she put in her palette. I'm very happy to see that there's two purpley looking shades in this eyeshadow quad. In the past, the first purpley shade ever she gave us was actually from last year's Mothership palette, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure this was the first purple. So the Sunlit Seduction palette, which is Mothership number 11, has the first purpley shade I remember seeing from Pat McGrath, which is this one down here, which is called Astral Amethyst Allure, and here is what it looks like. It's a darker purple type shade. And then right after that palette was released, last year's holiday collection did also have another purple shade, which is this one here, and this purple shade I believe was reused in the Valentine's Day palette. Take a look at what that one swatches like right here. It's a bit more vibrant of a purple. I believe Lilac Luminary, the purpley shade that we're getting in this new quad, is going to be a more lilac looking purple. Then these two is going to be a bit more pastel looking, if you will. So I'm very excited to try that one. I'm also excited about the Iridescent Inner Corner shade. And then Aqua Aurora seems like a very out-of-the-box color for Pat McGrath, but she has given us shades like that one before. The two that immediately came to mind were Celestial Celadon from the other holiday palette last year, which is this one here. Let me go ahead and swatch it right there. And then from the Bridgerton Round 2 collaboration palette, the color Daring Dandy right here also has the vibes that that aqua color has, right? And they're pretty similar to one another. This one's a little more blue, this one's a little more green, but they're not that far off. So I'm wondering how much more different to these two the new shade can actually be. Lastly, the matte shade Rose Radiance I don't think is a very innovative shade per se, but I like it and it goes really nicely with the other three shades that this quad has. So I'm definitely a bit more excited about this one, especially because it's not repeat shades. I don't already have them in my collection. That definitely is a huge plus, isn't it, right? Will I buy this one? Yes, this is the only thing I am planning to buy from this new Pat McGrath collection. And you guys know I used to collect every single Pat McGrath quad that came out ever. I have a huge Pat McGrath quad collection that I treasure and love so much. So me skipping the Valentine's Day quad and then one of the ones from this collection should be telling you a lot about where the brand is going, which in my opinion is kind of nowhere. Like, what are they doing? They continue to use repeated shades. This is the ranty part of this video, okay? They continue to use repeated shades that are not exciting or innovative, that they've already released. Like, this holiday palette wasn't even that exciting. It was the one that sold the least, I believe, from last year's holiday collection, because I do think that the lighter one sold out. So to continue to release the same shades over and over in the next two quad launches is annoying in my opinion. Like, what are they doing? Just sell at TJ Maxx and call it a day. Please do not keep using the same shades over and over. And then the other thing, and the main thing that honestly pissed me off so badly about this quad release is the fact that gone are the days where Pat McGrath quads were luxurious, right? One of my favorite things about Pat McGrath quads was the packaging. The Pat McGrath quads packaging was luxurious. It felt like owning a little piece of a mothership palette because they have or had the same luxurious hard plastic heavy outer packaging that is definitely an experience in my opinion. I believe the Valentine's Day quad came in cardboard packaging, and then these two new quads, one of them is new, are also being released with cardboard packaging. Nothing against cardboard, I know it's better for the environment and all of that, but I just love, like, these are not going to end up in a landfill, okay? Like, I just love my Pat McGrath luxury packaging that she used to give us. Her brand used to be an experience. Every release was luxurious, every release was exciting. The formulas were always exciting, always getting better, very pigmented, and it is no longer that way, and it no longer feels as special. The Pat McGrath magic is unfortunately fading for me real fast. It's plummeting. I'm very upset about the fact that this new quad that is supposed to be exciting and luxurious and that it has actually all new shades is coming out in cardboard packaging. And then the thing that pisses me off even more, okay, is the fact that we are not getting a cardboard packaging discount, okay? From what I saw on the Trendwood post that is now deleted, the quads retail for $56 each, and that is the same price as her luxuriously packaged quads. So we're not getting a cardboard discount. We are getting much worse packaging than we used to get. and the price continues to be the same, not to mention the fact that now the shades are also the same as her holiday palette. And these palettes were like what, $75, and you got 9 shades and 2 blushes, and you're expected to pay $56 for a quad, where 3 of the shades are in this $75 palette. These Pat McGrath releases continue to be frustrating for me because I want to love her brand so bad. I used to love her brand so bad, and like I said, it's just kind of losing the magic. I posted on my Instagram story when I saw this collection and I realized that it was cardboard packaging, that the next thing we were going to see was going to be a cardboard mothership palette, and I will lose it. If we get a cardboard mothership palette, I'm done. I will lose my mind. The Mothership palette, by the way, should be coming out very soon. Usually, I believe she releases her Mothership palettes in August. So I'm definitely excited to see what she has this time around. Please, Lord, let it not be in a cardboard packaging, because how sad would that be to, after 11 beautifully packaged Mothership palettes, get a cardboard one. Again, I'm starting rumors over here. I am obviously not even expecting it to be in cardboard packaging, but that would be the next level down in my disappointment ladder, you know? Anyways, I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Will I buy it? Yes, I will be buying the Opalescent Orchid eyeshadow quad. That is the only thing I'm buying from this collection, and I cannot wait to hear your thoughts in the comment section of this video below. Please let me know your thoughts on this, on everything I told you about. By the time you're watching this video, this collection should already be available on her website. Again, check the link below if you want to check it out for yourself, or if you're planning to purchase the Opalescent Orchid eyeshadow quad like me. Check out the link below. As I was saying, I can't wait to read your thoughts in the comment section of this video below. So let me know what you think down there, because I will be reading my comments today. I usually do, but today I will be reading my comments. I cannot wait to hear your guys' opinions on this matter. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and if you want to see me try this beautiful eyeshadow quad that Pat McGrath is launching in cardboard packaging. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.